My name is Kimmo Soramäki. I'm the founder and CEO of FNA, Financial Network Analytics. And what we do is develop a software platform for visual insights from complex financial data. So the problem today is that financial data is not presented or visualized efficiently for decision makers. And these decision makers can be traders deciding what assets to buy. They can be risk managers. They can be senior management trying to understand what's going on in the organization. Or they can be regulators trying to figure out how the financial system works. At the same time, the environment is getting much more complex. Data is arriving at a much higher speed than it used to be. And there's just more of it. So the current solutions are not good for transmitting that information that is available in the data in the IT systems into the decision makers' intuitive systems in order to make decisions about that data. So what we provide as a solution are maps. Maps are not a new idea, so we've had them for a couple of thousand years. But the idea behind maps is that we reduce multidimensional data into 2 dimensions that is very well and easily understood by humans. Maps are intelligence amplification, and FNA is a platform for developing these intuitive and accurate maps from real-time financial data. So here is an example. I'm going to run through a couple of use cases that are from actual paying customers that we have. So the first one is a hedge fund that we're working with. It's a very large hedge fund. They use FNA to understand what is going on in the markets. So they have a correlation matrix of 141 assets. Those little things are their numbers. So we have about 10,000 data points. And what we do for them is to reduce this data into a map that you see on the right, where we have colored different asset classes. Those nodes are assets, links are strong correlations between assets. So these maps allow the visual inference of connections that are in the financial markets. We can focus on detail while maintaining the overview. The actual maps are interactive. I'm not able to show them here, so you can rotate, play with them, zoom in. There's dynamic time series. They're all HTML documents that work on your browser. The second use case is a financial supervisor. They use FNA to look what they can find from regulatory data that they collect from banks, basically to identify systemic risk, to identify systemically important banks. And this is sort of like a user interface that they have. They can select what kind of exposures I want to look at, how do I want to visualize it, and how do I then sort of make the connections, what kind of domino effects would cause if one bank would fail in the system. And that's what we have algorithms to calculate the importance of banks in these systems. The third case is a central bank, and this is the, let's say, oldest case. Here we have payment flows, the interbank payment system. It's sort of like the world's ocean currents, that payments is like liquidity that flows in the system. And what we do is we model that system, how it works, and then we can make estimations. What happens if that blue bank in the middle fails, and then we can see like how the system is disrupted by the sizes of the nodes of the other banks. So the market, it's very large, because anyone who wants to understand what is going on in the financial markets will find these maps useful. So we have financial institutions, so we have enterprise risk management, we have asset managers, funds, insurance, retail stock traders, like might also want to visualize their portfolios. Their brokers, financial data vendors might want to provide this information to their clients. Financial infrastructure providers could also be interested in understanding or using the data that they have collected from financial transactions. It ties to the big data and next generation analytics for management, risk data, next generation analytics, which are 2 of the top 10 Gartner trends from last and this year. What we're using as an entry point is a market or like that I'm very familiar with. I used to work for 15 years in central banks. FNA is known there already by the regulators. Many are trialing. We're currently doing about 15 trials with different central banks. So this is the market that we're entering, and then trying to use it as a stepping stone for the larger market. The technology is developed by us. All the code is owned by us. It's a software platform. It is ready. We're also building an app ecosystem around it. So actually these use cases that you saw are actually applications that we plug into the platform. And we're opening that app ecosystem for other people as well to build their application on top of our platform and sell them by themselves. The secret sauce that we have is network analysis. Network analysis is something that I've been working for 8 years and was one of the first ones to start looking at the financial system through the lenses of network theory. So we've developed quite a number of different algorithms and visualization techniques to look at these financial systems as networks. Well, and I believe network approaches are the best ways of modeling complex systems like financial systems are. Competition. We have quite a number of large companies there, but how we differentiate from them is through the research that we have done and the niche of complex financial data visualization. The team consists of me and Samantha there. We both have research backgrounds. Sam has a background from Harvard, Google Research Labs, and academia, and mine is, as I said, from central banking and research. What we plan to do in the future is to
finish your presentation. Thank you very much.